The holidays can be beautiful, they can be fun, they can be joyful, and they can just be a lot sometimes. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And that's what we're kind of talking about for the whole 24 days of this Christmas vlog that we're doing. And today is all about wellness over the month of December. And I don't want to say just from December 1st to the 24th when I'm doing this, because the whole month of December is pretty intense when you go into the new year and all the family stuff that's going on even after Christmas itself. So, and that's if you celebrate Christmas and other holidays, because I know some people celebrate lots of different things in December. So, this is day 4. And again, thank you for joining me on this journey for this month. It's fun to be back on regularly, and I'm hoping you're getting some good tools and tips out of this and inspiration to help you have that joyful holiday. Because the holidays, I love Christmas, and I want to enjoy it though. I don't want to be completely burnt out. I want to enjoy it. So today we're going to be talking about holiday wellness, and 4 things in particular that I find they're my 4 non-negotiables all year long, but I amp them up a little bit differently when it gets to the holiday season. Right now where I live is Winnipeg, and it is dark, it is cold, and getting out of bed in the morning is not always that easy. So it is, I give myself a little bit more grace in the month of December, we'll say. January, I'm a little bit more motivated to have a good start to the year, but December, we got a lot of stuff going on, and getting out, like I said, in the morning can be a little challenging. So this is not about strict routines. This is not about that perfect food plan. This is about finding a little bit of balance. And it's not, like I said, it's not about perfection. This is about just simply enjoying the season. I don't really believe in not celebrating all the beautiful foods we can enjoy and stuff like that. There's obviously watching how much of that you consume. But I do believe in like a 80-20, 90-10 rule, depends on where you are on that, of what matters most to you. And that's 80% good, not 80% cookies, okay? And my cat's chewing the Christmas tree. Do you have a cat that does that too? Garland, out of there. Thank you. So, and this chair is squeaking like crazy, and when I listen back on the videos, it's like really, really noisy. So sorry about that. I'll try and stay still or change chairs. But I love this chair. Anyways, let's get into this. Water. One of the best things you can do is drink an abundance of water. Where I am, it's cold, it's dry, you get more dehydrated, and we're eating all kinds of things that, and alcohol, if you're consuming alcohol, all those things require a lot more water. And we tend to, I know for myself, I don't eat as much things like salads and things like that when it's minus 25 out. I just don't. Yes, I had one for lunch today, but it's rare. Like in the summer, I have them every single day. But when it's this cold, I prefer roasted vegetables, which still have water. But like your salads, like lettuces and things like that are quite abundant in water. So having lots of water, having that glass of water before you even get out of bed if you can. And before your coffee if possible. That's really important to do that before coffee. Mel Robbins has a great podcast specifically, she talks at length about that with a doctor that was on there. Again, this is a non-negotiable. This is not just something that should be nice to have, right? This is something that I actually amp up a little bit more at this time of year. And, between you and me, girl talk, when you're in menopause, we'll say, okay, which I am, over menopause, post-menopause, I guess the proper terms are. Sometimes our digestion needs a little bit more water and a little bit more fiber, especially if you're consuming all the cookies and things like that, okay? So amp up that water a little bit for the whole digestive system. That's number 1. Rest is number 2. This one I find a little bit easier at this time of year just because, like, I don't want to get out of bed. It's cozy. The flannelette sheets, I just want to stay in there. It's nice and warm. Having said that, I try and balance this out. The issue with sleeping this time of year is getting enough rest because you're going to bed later. And that's what's driving this piece of the conversation. I am a homebody, so I'm not out at parties all the time, at galas and entertaining and doing all this stuff. I am a homebody. I love my home. Having said that, like, we can stay up and watch movies because we like all the Christmas movies, and get into bed at a decent time. Or if I start Christmas puzzles, just one more piece, just one more piece, just one more piece. I'll just finish this section over here. Right, it's 11:30, go to bed. So going to bed so you can have a good start to your day. I get up always early. I'm regularly early in the morning. So I have to go to bed earlier if I want to catch my 7 or 8 hours of sleep. To help yourself at night, wind down a little bit early. Let go of your technology at least an hour, preferably 2 hours before you go to sleep, to help all the blue lights, that mess up your whole sleep for the whole night. And just helps your brain relax a bit because, if you're watching things and looking at things before bed, your brain's still processing that as it's going to sleep. Whereas if you're reading a simple book or doing some stretches, doing some meditation before sleep, for me, I do blocking, which is, I'll show you what that is one day. Put your phone away earlier. All those things to help yourself get to sleep at a decent hour. Don't take your iPad to the bedroom with you. That's a big thing I have to work on regularly. I have to leave it out here because if I take it in there with me, I'll just look up one thing and just one thing. And I mean, they are meant to be addictive. They do that purposely. So you're addicted to it. So you have to own it and have a little bit of willpower. So that's number 2. Number 3 is movement. And my goal in the month of December is more about gentle consistency. It's not about going all in like we might do in January after Christmas, which is a whole nother issue in itself. I just bought myself a walking pad. That was my Christmas gift to myself this year. So hopping on there for 5-10 minutes every hour, every couple hours, because I sit a lot of my day. Going for a walk after dinner on there or outside. Here it's really dark, so I don't like going outside at night in the dark when it's minus 20 or 30 out. I prefer to be indoors. I will sometimes go to the gym at night. I'm a morning gym person. And because it's this cold, I don't go out in the mornings either, because I just don't want to go start at my car for 20 minutes. So I bought my walking pad so I can actually easily do things in the house. I subscribe to Alo Moves, which is Alo Yoga, their yoga platform. And I do that, plus I do my blocking, plus I have weights at home. So I do all of that throughout the month of December to keep myself physically active. You do what works for you. The idea here is to move your body. It's not about trying to run a marathon in the month of December, unless that is your thing. If it is, don't let me stop you, okay? Keep going. Whatever you're doing is working. Next up, number 4 is nutrition. And like I said at the outset of this is not about perfection here. This is about enjoying the holidays and the holiday food. And my daughter's making peppermint bark tonight with white chocolate. I will have some of that, but I'm also having some roasted chicken and broccoli and a piece of sourdough bread for dinner. And finding, I like I said, I like roasted vegetables in the winter. That is, a little bit of that has to do with your natural rhythms in your body. Summer is meant to have all those fresh fruits and vegetables from your garden. Winter is when we hibernate or root a little bit more. So you have your root vegetables, they are roasted. It's natural cycles of your body. So not saying you should never have vice versa. I have roasted vegetables in the summer too, but your body really prefers, depends what climate zone you're in too. So let me preface that. Where I live, roasted vegetables, my body will digest them better in the winter and fresher vegetables, raw vegetables in the summer. So, however you can get your movement in, however you can get your rest in, your nutrition is no different. Enjoy a little bit of those beautiful holiday foods. And some of, like I do, we also celebrate Hanukkah. So I will make some beautiful latkes and the roasted chicken, and I will make homemade donuts to go with that. It's our favorite tradition every year. So we enjoy all of it. We'll make an abundance of vegetables to go with that too. And finding that balance of what works for you. And I've learned to not eat a dozen of the donuts and have a stomach ache. I'll have one or two. I might freeze a couple so I can have a couple over the holidays and just pop it in the microwave. I know it's not very good to microwave, but I do that. Or put it out on the counter to warm up a little bit, or just set it on the stove, not on an element, but like when I've got something roasting in the oven, the stove top is a little bit warm, so I'll put it on there. So that's the water, rest, exercise, nutrition side of things. And I want you to do one more thing, and that's just be in tune with your body, your nervous system. I went into a mall recently, and it's like, I can't do this anymore. I cannot go into a mall anymore where there's hundreds or probably thousands of people, and the parking, like all of it. I used to love going in to a mall on Christmas Eve just to watch all the people, the chaos. I'd have all my shopping done and wrapped under the tree. I just went in for the festivities of it. Now I can be festive at home with a hot cup of cocoa or tea, one of my leftover donuts in front of my tree with a good book or a Christmas movie or a puzzle. That is my idea now. My nervous system doesn't do the crazy stuff anymore. And I am a homebody, and I admit that. I still do those things once in a while. I have, 3 or 4 events I'll do throughout the month of December, but I limit it at that. And I make sure on those days that I actually get a lot of rest. I might meditate. I do things to help my nervous system be grounded and not all moments, right? So listen to your body. Do what it needs, listen to it and follow what it needs. And don't just keep going and going and going and going, because you're just going to burn out and not enjoy the holidays. You'll get resentful. And one last little thing on here that I want to talk about was community and kindness. Doing some community events in the sense of helping out a neighbor, or doing things that are going to make you feel good without burning you out. We're sponsoring a family this year. We've done, we keep a Ziploc bag in the car with warm mitts and maybe a toonie or a couple bucks in there, and maybe some hand warmers, because where we are it's very cold. Could have a hat in it. I even have some of those thermal foil blankety things. So we keep those in the car if we see somebody that is looking for that sort of thing. And, here we do have people that will put their hand out and ask, right? If you see them out and about. Doing those things makes me feel really, really good. And it helps people that are not having the beautiful, relaxing, gorgeous, abundant Christmas that I am, right? And I'll put granola bars in there, for instance, things like that to help out as much as possible. So with that, do what brings you joy over the holiday season. And tomorrow, we are going to be talking about, what are we talking about tomorrow? What are we talking about? I have it here. Oh, we're going to be talking about my money date that I do at the beginning of, in December. It's going to be at the beginning of December. But I'm going to be talking about the money date in the month of December and what I do for looking at my money over December and prepping myself for the new year. So that is tomorrow. And so for today, I want you to choose one thing that you're going to do that is going to amplify your well-being, whether it's having some more water, getting some more rest, eating a little bit healthier, Love to know in the comments what that is for you. And if you're liking these, I'd love for you to subscribe and like and subscribe so more people can see it. You know, we got to work with the algorithm that it gives us to work with. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.